All right, guys, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me about Julie and the Phantoms. I will be directing questions individually just to sort of make the Zoom thing work. So, Charlie, I have to say, your characters are very distinct, but they're sort of in the same wavelength, which makes the chemistry even more special. Do you think, between you guys, do you think that that happened instantly, or is that something that you built while you guys were working with Ortega on the set?
I can tell you that Kenny saw something in the differences between us and the way that we were interacting during the auditions and like preparing things for the scenes and for the performance. And then, but like, oh, I remember this moment like it was yesterday. Owen coming up to me and being like, dude, Kenny really knows what he's doing, right? I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, well, I mean, look at us, like we're best friends. And it blows me away how it's like, yeah, we all have our different characters. Like we're so similar to our characters, but it's like, how can someone think of 4 people and then be like, yo, these guys are going to be friends. They're going to be like, they're going to be like great musicians, whatever. But it's just like, and so that's just like, it's so Kenny. And then it's just also everybody just kind of like giving the best out all the time. Right.
Yeah, shows on screen, so hats off to you guys. So, oh, and let me ask you this, and I don't mean to get serious, but I was thinking about it. If the show were to happen when I was a teenager, your character's sort of sexual orientation would have been like a very special episode, or probably wouldn't have been addressed. So, is it sort of special to sort of the fact that it's a non-issue and it's part of the fabric of the show? Did you feel the sort of the importance of moving that dial forward in the representation of that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's like very beautiful kind of about Alex's story is that he's always been very proud of who he is. And when Kenny came to me and the writers and stuff, they came to me and they were like, look, we don't want to make a whole episode about who you know, Alex's sexuality or coming out. Like we want this character to know who he is and for it not, you know, not to make a big thing about it, but instead he was like, we're just gonna have Luke shout it out in episode 2. And I was like, that's awesome, you know, like I know a huge thing for him was to kind of move forward and maybe normalize it somewhat in children's television, which is really cool.
Yeah, thank you for that, Jeremy. One of the things that I really liked, which was sort of surprising thing, is sort of your one with Julie's dad, who's played by Carlos Ponce, who is also a Puerto Rican. So
I know.
Put together. So talk to me about that.
Yeah, I think it's so fun. I love Reggie's kind of personality, just in that like he has this one-sided relationship with Julie's family, and he kind of, you know, he takes the best out of a bad situation and just goes with it. And he's so just happy and fun-loving, and he really he has this kind of like glass half full type of energy. You know, he feels like kind of a golden retriever. He just loves people. And so that's the thing that like makes his day, is just having this conversation with her dad. Even if he never hears him, never says anything back, it doesn't matter. That's all he needs. It's fun just to feel like he's got a family. And I love that about him. He's kind of doofy, but he's so happy-go-lucky. And I feel like he's really the rock of the group because of that.
Cool. So, all right. So I'm going to begin with Charlie again, just because of the rotation. But I am going to have like the biggest problem talking to your director, because I am like the hugest fan. Like, I think I'm going to like turn into Chris Farley and not able to ask an actual question. So, Charlie, can you tell me, everybody sort of referenced the word magic about Kenny. Tell me about sort of, about your director and why that is.
Because that's what it is, man. It's like Kenny is not just like one of the best hearts you're going to meet around, because he is so generous and he is so kind, but he keeps on surprising me in ways that it's like the way he picks his projects and the way he treats everybody on set and the way that he encourages courageousness. Like I don't even know if that's a word, courageousness, but like, you know, he encourages people to step outside of their comfort zones, and he encourages people bringing in ideas, and he wants to be, first thing he told us when we get on set, and I'll end it after this, it's like, he's like, look, I'm not your guys' boss. I'm your guys' partner. I want us to collaborate this whole time. So just create, be your characters and create. And that's what it was like, the whole experience.
All right. Well, my time's up. Thank you so much for talking to me. I have a friend here who wanted to say hi. She's been trying to get in the frame.
Yeah.
So anyway, you guys stay safe and thank you for your time. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.